Yeah, because that hospitals only take people who they are being hit by a ring. You cannot enter. I can't even enter myself. I hit you by the ring. They take you because it's called the ring hospital. You know what we can do. So all the ones who they are inside, they are victims of the ring of Solomon. What is this? What do you think about the ring of Solomon, Hatim? Is that a true ring? Muhammad is, or he's watching movies?
I don't know.
You don't know? You are a Muslim. You do not know? I thought every Muslim knows everything. You remind me of a Muslim man. His son asked him, "Dad, who's my dad?"
I don't know everything. No.
He said to him, "Who is my dad?" He said, "I don't know, son. Ask your mom." What do you mean you don't know? It's in front of you. It says the ring of Solomon. You never heard of the ring of Solomon? What?
Yeah, I know. Stories about the ring of Solomon.
Okay, tell me about the ring of Solomon. As you are a Muslim, what do you know about the ring of Solomon? What kind of power he have there? I thought he control, according to Muhammad's story, he controlled all his kingdom by his ring.
Oh. فتخطم أنف الكافر بالخاتم وتجل وجه المؤمن بالعصا.
See?
Okay.
So and look, guys, do you know Hatim was reading in Arabic? Do you know where the Solomon ring hit? He hit you in your nose. Honestly, it says that. Ask Hatim. Hatim doesn't say nose.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
It does.
He hit you with the ring of Solomon on your nose. I mean, why the nose? This is actually here in English. It says that too. Will strike the nose of the disbelievers. Like, ouch! I'm so glad it's not my balls. I mean, that even nose is okay. You know, I mean, the balls is really will hurt. Especially I have 3. You know, that will hurt a lot. So, I mean, this true story. I mean, Muhammad don't lie. What's wrong with you? The Holy Butter, you know, Muhammad, he heard that Musa, he have a stick. The stick became a snake. And now suddenly this became a Holy Butter's thing. So now we have Holy Butter's stick and we have a Holy Butter ring. The ring of the Lord of the Ring.
Yeah.
How is racism doing in Syria, Hatim? Do Syrian people like black people?
Here in Syria, it's not about the color, it's about race stuff.
It's not about color? So why in Syria there's no black people? What you did to them? You killed them all? They used to have a lot of They used to have a lot of black slaves. Well, what happened to them? Don't you know?
There is slaves until now, black people and tribe groups.
Yeah, exactly. But
here in Syria.
Yeah, but do white Syrian men marry from black women in Syria? No.
No, they don't.
Right. Have you ever heard of the revolutionary of the black in Iraq? Do you know what the Muslim did to them?
They killed them.
They killed them all, exactly. So the revolution of the Zinj. Zinj is the word mean Negro. So the Muslims, imagine how much Muslims are against slavery, to the point that the population of Iraq, the majority become black slaves. The majority of the country, especially in the area of Basra, they become black. So here you see, you can go and search about it, and this is dated just about 200 years after Muhammad. In the year 869 to 883, Iraq, and this is the area where the black slaves, they took over it, because they become a major population and they are way more than the white Arab at that area. So they control they brought them, the Arab, they brought them for farming, to be their slavery. They don't let them live with them. They put them there in this area. You do farming, we come, we collect the money, and that's it. Like they are like cows for them. The same as the Egyptian did to the Jews. They brought them to work for them as slaves. So when those African, they become a big number in Iraq, they decide to revolt against the white master, and war started. And then the white Arab, they slaughtered them all. And you can go and read about it. But here,
Exactly, Prince.
yeah, but here we need to ask, I mean, Iraq is far from Africa. So
The Arabs.
yeah, so imagine how the Arab, they were capturing slaves all the way from heart of Africa and bringing them all the way to the caliphate. All right? They slaughter every single one of them. I don't know how many millions, but God knows.
Yeah, I would say it's not Islamic thing. It's
Not Islamic thing. Okay. I mean, this guy is coming from Syria. This is not Islamic thing. He is at war. His country is messed up. Muslim killing each other just because of Islam, and he's saying this is not Islamic thing. Are you sure, Hatim? So the Muslim Sunni, they revolt against the Shia government or the Alawi government. Is that because this is Islamic thing or because this is atheist thing? Oh, now he don't dare to talk.
I think it's a conflict for the authority. It's not even about religious.
No, it's about religion. We know that, and they don't want him just
No,
because he is
no,
not a Muslim.
they use they say we are Sunnah.
Yeah, we know. We saw all the videos they make. They keep, making fun of the Alawi. They want to kill the Alawi. They want to kill the Christians. They want to kill the Shia. They want to kill the Ismaili. They want to kill anyone who is not a Muslim Sunni. And then if a Muslim Sunni don't agree with them, they will kill him too. Because this is Islam. It's a religion of
True.
peace. Right?
Fully correct.
So Hatim, do you
Correct. What?
Hatim, do you agree with me that Islam is a piece of shit? Be honest with me.
The people, yes.
No, Islam, forget about the people. Islam itself, isn't Islam piece of shit? I hope I'm not insulting
Yeah,
shit.
there is a hard thing.
There's what?
There is a kind of very hard rules and things in Islam. Yeah, correct.
So you agree with me Islam is piece of shit? Okay, thank you, Hatim. Okay, Hatim is a Muslim, but he is like, he understands the situation, and he keeps saying he's a Muslim, but I don't know if he left Islam or not. But he agrees Islam is a piece of shit. You know, Hatim, I'm going to take you to court because you just insulted shit. Shit is useful. Shit is the best fertilizer. It's called manure. Can you find me one thing is useful about Islam? None. You will not find one country is run by Islamic Sharia law is a good country. Messed up. So I want to apologize for saying Islam is shit because shit is good. It's very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Hatim. All right, guys. Closing with Hatim for today. I want to say thank you all for being here. And Hatim, you want to say anything besides Islam is a piece of shit?
I want to say thank you so much and want to see you every day.
Why you did not leave Islam until now? What's wrong with you?
Maybe in the future if I find something better.
Are you doing shopping?
Kind of, yeah, sometimes.
Okay, go to Amazon. Check in Amazon. You can get my books and you can convert. Yeah, you can convert. Get my books. You can convert to Deception of Allah. You will like that book. It's you can make it your holy book, and that's it. You will be in heaven. All right? Yeah, it's written by Christian Prince himself. I'm telling you, Deception of Allah, Quran and Science and Depth, Section of Allah, all those things. So you will, yeah. Huh?
I want to say something. You know what I like about you? You understand everything about the Middle East stuff, and that's very good, 100%. So thank you so much.
That's all what you like about me? You are being racist. You don't like me because
Yeah,
because I'm blue, right? If I'm white, you will like me more. See, guys, he understand, but not because of my color. Racist, racist. What I can say? Do you like chocolate? He don't like chocolate. He's racist. You see the racist? You don't like chocolate. See, if they like chocolate, you know. Do you like banana? He like banana. Do you like banana, Hatem?
I do like banana.
See, banana is a blonde hair and white inside. Here we go. Racist. What you can say? That's it. You know. Yeah, you don't like chocolate, you like banana. I mean, it's obvious. You know, you don't need to tell me more. Okay, thank you, Hatem the racist. Okay, thank you, take care. All right. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. I mean, this is the logic of some people. You know, do you like, you know, it's a, like, do you like Obama? I don't like Obama. Oh, he's racist. Like, what the heck? I don't like Joe Biden too. What? If you don't, and if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like, really, racist. So we as a Christians, what unite us is Jesus as God, not Jesus as white or black. That's why our book never mentioned the color or even the look of Jesus. The Lord, He gave us a very amazing teaching. From their fruits you shall know them. There's many, many, many white people. They are very bad, bad, bad people. And the same for black people too. But there's many, many white people. They are good people. And there's many, many, many black people. They are good people. Your color does not make you good or bad. That is the teaching of the Bible. The Bible says there's no free, there's no slave, there's no Greek, there's no Hebrew, for all of us is one in Jesus' name. So the Bible is a book which unites us. Chosen people of God is those who choose God, not people of color. Because you are white or black. When you are a godly man, you are a godly man. This is why the Lord, He commanded the Christians, the disciples, to go and teach the word. The Bible says, for God, He loved the world. Who? The Word. The whole world. He sent His only begotten Son. So if you are Asian, you are black, you are white, who cares? You will find this is very important to talk about color only in Islam. The devil is a black in Islam. Shaitan is a black. The one who will destroy the Kaaba is a black. The one who will refuse Allah is a black. The black stone become black, but it was white, but the sin make it black. So sin cause you to be black. In the day of judgment, Allah will make all Muslims pure white and all non-Muslims black. And then the Muslim, they talk about racism. The most person Allah He hate, as we showed you, is a black person. Even Muhammad, he made fun of the look of a black people and even Asian people. Muhammad, he used the black people for war. And he used them to die for him. But he never respected them. Look what he said about the black people. Obey Muhammad, he made the black Bilal a commander of a group of young ones in the war because he is strong, he is a black, and he have a good physical skills of fight. So those white, They said, we will not accept a black man to be our commander. And here you think, okay, well, Muhammad, he just made the slave a commander. Well, no, still he's a slave. He's sending him to die. And when they say that to him, he says, obey your Abyssinian slave with a head like a raisin. Even if he is. Do you see it? He is a slave. He never freed him, and he is making fun of his look. What about Muhammad? He say, hey, slave, you are free.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you a Muslim?
I'm an ex-Muslim.
Okay.
But I want to make it quick. I heard you talking to the guy before me about the cinnamon ring and, you know, found it in the fish and what got you. So the other day I was browsing YouTube and I found a video about this and I wanted to share it with you.
About the ring of Solomon?
Yeah, about the ring of Solomon because they found it.
Oh, they found the ring of Solomon? They found it?
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, they did.
Really?
So I'm last time I tried to post it, but then mods told me don't post like YouTube links.
So now the ring of Solomon, they found it. It can make people black and white. You know, is that magical?
I don't know. I'm gonna post it once more in the chat if you want to have a look.
My friend, first of all, how in the world anyone can know that this is a ring belonged to Solomon? Secondly, those are just fairy tale stories mention about Solomon. So when somebody says to you, they found, like, you know, there's tons of videos, all of them, they are fabricated. Like there's a guy, he found that the Mount of Sinai, it is in Saudi Arabia, which is a joke, because obviously he is an idiot. He don't even know what the Hebrew word mean of Mount of Sinai, because that describe the name, describe the location. It's not the name got the location just by the name and by a coincidence. Even the location get the name for a reason. So there's many people they fabricate, and there's many they are naive, they believe in such a story. So I say to you, those stories are just a fabrication, and there's no such a thing.
I mean, I looked at the video and honestly it was very convincing. But well, like it's up to you if you don't. Well, I can share it with you,
my friend.
If you want to check.
My friend, there's many things are convincing in the videos, but they are convincing for the one who don't want to do search and study. What is the proof that even Suleiman he have such a ring? There's any proof?
I think if you watch it, you may change your mind, but it's up to you. I won't like to be.
No, you know, for me, I watch cartoon better because the cartoon can make more sense than those videos. Those videos are made for a reason, just for clickbait, and people they follow. Yeah, if you make a strange video, if I come now and I say I found the stick of mooses, and I can bring tons of stories, mix it together, and then it's very convincing. So convincing is the same as the Big Bang. I mean, Big Bang is sponsored by science, and it turned to be that even the Big Bang is a fraud. So when somebody says to you, the ring of Solomon, there's no proof of such a thing, and there's no proof, there's no one in the world, you have a little brain, will believe that rings have a magical power, and you can control your kingdom by a ring. That is even more silly. But you can believe in anything you want. However, if you can get that ring, if you can change Joe Biden for us, I will be thankful. All right.
Well, that's up to you. I'm gonna throw the board into your court.
No problem.
And you decide.
No problem. Did you find me the hat which can make you invisible?
I mean, we start with the ring.
No. I mean, if you can find me the video about the hat, I am more interested in the hat. you know, because I want to go do shopping and don't pay, you know. Like I can go just to the store, take whatever I want, nobody see me, go to the bank, take money, I need money. You know, even I can take go and take my neighbor wife and nobody will notice. Like my wife will
Well,
do it.
I thought the hat was like scientifically proven. No.
The hat is scientifically proven too? Really?
Yeah. Well, how else do you explain the Ya'juj and Ma'juj?
No, no, you see, hold on. I remember the scientific hat proving, like once I hit my friend at school, at high school, and then he said, I cannot see. He scared the hell of me, really. Because really, he cannot see. I hit him really in his head. No, I cannot see, I can't see. So I took him home, and for some time, he is really messed up. So I thought this is the invisible hat. He cannot see. But there is, really, you believe there is a hat you can wear. It's make you invisible? You believe in that? This is scientifically proven?
Well, I mean, how else would you explain Ya'juj and Ma'juj? They are in billions.
I thought you are an ex-Muslim now. So do you believe in Gog and Magog, or you don't believe in it?
No, I mean, I don't believe in it, but like you have 1.8 billion people believe in it.
So
It must be true.
So if there is many donkeys believing in something, that means true. Okay, that's a good point.
Well, I saw a very strong man.
You saw what?
A very strong man, strong and independent man. Sometimes he shows his nipples. He's called the brother Hijab.
He show what?
Muhammad Hijab.
Muhammad Hijab.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very strong and independent. I mean, he sometimes loses it and shows his nipples and dance and what.
All right. Yeah.
But like he believes it. Seems like a very reasonable person, no?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of things people believe in. You know what you can do. I mean, you see what? Sometimes you have to believe. Like, who can believe that Nancy Pelosi is in the Congress, and Kamala Harris will be vice president, and Joe Biden will be a president? Nobody can believe that. If you tell them, if you try to convince them for 10,000 years, nobody will believe it. But it's happened. So we saw it. Okay, it's true. But it's hard to believe. So I have to agree with you. Yeah. All right, my friend.
Never keep your dreams a dream, CP. When I was in the Middle East, I always thought America is the land of the smart people. And then I come to Canada and I see Justin Trudeau. And I'm like, when my people are retarded, but like here, it's not very different.
No, in the West, there's a bigger number of retarded. Way bigger.
Man, I really want you to see this video. I think you may genuinely change your opinion about Islam and become a Muslim.
My friend, let me tell you why I will not believe in it. Because I have the real Ring of Solomon. All right? So those are fake videos. I have the real one. I'm hiding it. I'm not going to tell you where I hide it. I put it in the coffee box, you know, because nobody will suspect in the coffee box to put ring. So I put it there, but I hope nobody heard me. Only just that's private, okay? So I put it there, and so whoever says to you he got the ring, he's lying to you, because I have it, you know. And I not only this, you know, the flying carpet of Suleiman. My dad, he have it. I got part of it because when my dad he passed away, we decided to divide. My dad he have only 99 sons. So he divide them. He says, okay, each one take, you know, before when I die, each one of you take you know, I got 2 inch because it was small.
Hold on, how did he have 99 kids?
There's no TV at that time.
Yeah, but like if his wife,
his wife she have no TV at that time. Come on.
No, but like if she has one child a year, then she would have at least
you know, first of all, she get the twins, like twins, 7 twins, 80 twins. It's easy, you know. My dad, this is my dad, not like your dad. Your dad hardly he can make 1. My dad he can make 10. What's wrong with you? Like Prophet Muhammad, he is like, you know, he have the power of 40 men. What's wrong with you? I have to.
But that's another thing that's scientifically proven.
Yeah, exactly.
Back then in the desert they have nothing, so they had excuse my language.
Right.
I think Olympics. Right? So they used to win the Olympics.
All right, that's enough for today. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I post the video. Check it out.
All right. Okay. But I'm telling you, don't think about it. I get the ring.
I think you would change your mind.
That's it. I get the ring. Okay, no problem. Yeah. Anyway, those videos are fake, man. I get the real ring. I get the real ring, the real carpet. You know, I got all things. Yeah. You know, like, you know, when I was a kid, they were talking about my grandfather. He have an amazing sword. And I wanted to see the sword, you know, like, what is the sword? So when I saw it, I was really disappointed. The sword does not even cut yogurt, no more. I mean, maybe at that time it used to be very sharp, but it's not what I thought, you know. Like, the stories about it is like, when you hear the stories, you think my grandfather was like, when he walk in the street, he chop heads wherever he go, like chuk chuk chuk. And then you look at the sword, like, this is the sword they talk about? I mean, are you serious? This is really? It's not even a long sword, it's a short sword. I mean, what happened to it? Shrank? Yeah, anyway. So, stories, people, they make stories. You know, family, they have stories about the glorified person. You know, if you believe, you believe. You don't believe, you don't believe. They heard a story from a story from a story. I'm not talking about my grandfather, my dad father, no. Like a grand, you know, like, you know, it's an ancient sword, actually. Yeah. So, all nations, they have a glorified stories about certain person. And they create stories about this person. They mix what is real with what is false. And the more we add false, the more we glorify the person. And this is what happened with the stories of Solomon. So suddenly Solomon, he speak to the ants. Solomon, he have a ring. Solomon, he controlled the genies. Solomon have flying carpet, can carry thousands of men and soldiers. His army was 2,500 miles long. All of them, they fly in the top of flying carpet. So those stories exist for a reason, because at that time, entertainment was those stories. It's the same now today. We watch a fiction movie and we enjoy it. We know it's a lie. We know it's fiction, but still we enjoy it. But in their time, they themselves, they enjoy it in the same way, but they did not believe in it. However, when the story get older and people, they are disconnected from the origin of the story, people start taking it seriously and taking it as real. Why? Because they are disconnected from the history of those stories. And that's what Muhammad, he did. He took fiction stories and he adopted them as a real story. All right? Yeah. Anyway, guys, if anyone want the ring of Solomon, I'm going to make an auction. Who want to join the auction? We will start with, you know, we don't take cash. Sorry, haram. Haram, you know, because dollar is haram. And we don't take, you know, silver. Haram. I don't like gold and silver. Haram. I take a Bitcoin. It's not haram. It's not haram, brother. You know, haram. Like, I saw a guy who was telling his followers that, brother, dollar is haram, brother. The dollar is haram. This is the currency of the kuffar. Euro is haram. Brother, if you want to donate to me, brother, please, I have my account and Bitcoins, brother. Please don't forget to donate for us. Bitcoins. No? Okay. He don't accept haram money, you know. He accept Bitcoins only. Like Andrew Tate. He is a Muslim. Haram, brother, haram. So we go and do Bitcoins so we don't pay tax, as he said. He tell the girls they work for him, they will pay tax half of their income and he take it to his pocket. Haram, brother, haram, haram, brother. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being here. I hope today we answer. And again, remember, Muslims, never mention black and white, because you are the last one who can talk about it. And our God, He's worshipped not because of His color. Nowhere in the Bible mentioned the color of Jesus, but His good is mentioned. So we believe in Him, for He is good as God, and good is God, and God is good. So is Jesus. This is why we believe in Jesus as God, to be for us, not because he's white. So you are being a scumbag when you mention that. You are being hypocrite. You follow white God. You follow white prophets. You obey the white man. You pray to him even in his language. You are not even allowed to pray in your own language. Do you know why? Because Islam is the religion of the Arab. You are a slave of the Arab. You have to pray a God to a God who is an Arab God. Do you know what? An Ethiopian person from Africa, he can pray to Jesus in his own language. An African in Kenya, he can pray to Jesus in his own language. An Arab, he can pray to Jesus in his Arabic language. You, Indonesian, African, all kind of ethnic, you have to pray to your God in Arabic language, for you are the slaves of the Arab. And as the Muslim book says, the one who say the Prophet Muhammad is black, kill him, because they consider that as an insult. You can say Jesus is a black, who care? You can say anything about his color, who care? What makes Jesus Lord is not where he is born, but he is born of who and what he can do. Can your Lord Allah resurrect people from death? If you say yes, prove it. He could not even help Muhammad when he was sick. Can your God make the blind man see? Prove it. Muhammad, he kicked away the blind man from his house, and he could not help him. Jesus did. Can your God create from the mother bird, as the Quran says about Jesus? Prove it. Your God do not know even how the baby is made. And yesterday we have a long video debate about it. Go watch it and laugh. So what made our God God? For he do what God do, not because he look like God. We don't tell God how to look like, and we don't worship a look. We are not a chicken. You Muslims are chicken. If you remember, there's a hadith where Allah, he changed his look, he changed his shape, and the Muslim then they call him shaitan just because he changed his shape. Anyone remember the hadith? Have you ever heard of a God he play with his body and he become a new person by changing his shape? Well, that is Allah. That is Allah. Can you believe it? I did invite you. You want to come? Or you are just making things up?
Hello?
Yes, Fitzuri. You are a Muslim, my friend?
No, not a Muslim. I just have two questions. I'm sorry about it.
You are a Muslim or what?
No, I'm a Christian. But I have a question.
What do you think about Muhammad?
Oh, I think he's a filthy, worst criminal that's ever lived.
But why? I mean,
But I have a question.
Okay. Go ahead. What is the question?
I have a question. When they had it said that when he was in his dying bed, he asked them for a book, sort of writing material, so he could write another. Do you think that there's a possibility that he might have repented and was trying to correct his wrongs on his deathbed?
We don't know, because the rest of the story is gone because they did not allow him to do it. And even Umar, he said, قَدْ هَجَرَ الرَّسُولُ, which means he lost his mind, So he said, bring me a paper and a pen, and I will write you a book which you will not be misguided after me. But Umar, the evil Umar, he did not allow him to do so. He said to him, but we have already the book of Allah, so why you want to write a pen? And then he said, قَدْ هَجَرَ الرَّسُولُ, the Prophet, he lost his mind, he became mentally ill, so don't listen to him.
Sometimes when I'm trying to convince Muslims, that they're for prophet. I don't call him a prophet, but I think to call him a prophet is blasphemy. He's for prophet. FORPROFIT. For Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah,
You know?
the important is it's okay to call him prophet, but we know that there's false prophets. So the word prophet doesn't mean anything unless we mean he is a real prophet. So Prophet Muhammad is a prophet of the devil. He prophesied in the name of false God, and he is a false prophet. Yeah.
But the only thing that it appears that came true was how he would die. That he died by daring God, and that he would cut his aorta with his right hand, and that's exactly what he did, isn't it? That he
exactly. It is actually. I find that this is story kind of astonishing, because there is a million ways for a human being to die, right? I mean, why Muhammad he died, and he mentioned it himself. It's not like somebody else saying I am dying because of this. Like if somebody, let us say a doctor was there, and he say Muhammad his aorta is being cut off. Well, at that time there's no autopsy or etc. So maybe not true. But when Muhammad he said that statement, that make it astonishing, because he made it clear in the Quran that Allah told him, if Muhammad fabricating about us, making up Quran, we are going to cut off his aorta or his artery. And then this is exactly what happened to Muhammad. Yeah. And so actually there's a hadith. There's a hadith, I don't know if you know it. Muhammad he says he fabricated Quran. I need to find it. He fabricated Quran. Anyone have it? If somebody have it, you can pause, please. So he said he fabricated and he made up stories about Allah. So all those stories lead us to one direction. Muhammad himself condemned himself, and it is highly possible that our God, the true God, he decided to make Muhammad die in certain way so he can be exposed with his lies.
Exactly. And that's why I showed the Muslims that that's the only thing that came true, and that he died that way, and that it appears that on his deathbed he was repentant, because he's asking them for something to write to correct. But on another note, I wanted to ask you about, as a lawyer, as an Islamic lawyer, did that prosecutor is he a Muslim?
The prosecutor?
The prosecutor who in the Hague.
In the where?
Who wants to issue the arrest warrants for the Israeli Prime Minister and the Minister of Defense?
I don't know really. I don't follow their news. I know just they issue such a thing, but I don't know if they are Muslim. It doesn't matter really. I mean, who cares? But what we know that the one behind this is the Muslims in South Africa. South Africa government is working for the Muslims in South Africa and to Qatar specifically. Qatar is the one behind all of this. Yeah.
But the point I'm getting at is that if every Muslim swears to be a Muslim, you have to be anti-Semitic. And if Khan is a Muslim, then I think this would be an easy case to win, that you could have him disbarred from the fact that if he is a Muslim and has sworn to Muhammad, to obey Muhammad, which means that his motives are being because he's a Muslim, and not because he's seeking some sort of justice. So I think that they should push that.
The Quran say in chapter 5 verse 21, Allah he commanded the Jews to kill anyone who lived in that land. So the Muslim, where is their ethic when Allah he command to kill those people? They will say to you, because at that time they were not Muslims, so it's okay to kill them. Yeah. Same time, we know that this war is about religion, not about a land. You see, the Muslims, if Erdogan he took their land, they don't complain. If the Ottoman controlled them, raped their women, they don't complain. If the Egyptian, Muslim Egyptian, the Arab, they never have a king through their history. He was an Egyptian for more than 1,200 years. They never complain. either Albanian, either Arab, either etc. Never Egyptian. Just because he's a Muslim. If Saddam Hussein he killed the Kurdish and he's Muslim, nobody go in Europe striking. You know, it's okay. Saddam Hussein he used chemical weapon. So when a Muslim kill, it's okay. He have a license. If the Jews now change into Islam and they are slaughtering Hamas, nobody will complain. Why nobody says ceasefire in Sudan?
Because getting back to Sudan and things, because with your topic, coming to your topic of today, I am from the Caribbean,
Right.
and I'm of African descent,
Okay.
and it's amazing that there's so many of us over here. We have our own countries now. We are, I think our standard of living is perhaps some of the best in the world, but we're the descendants of slaves. Now, when we look at the Europeans bought the slaves from the Islamists.
Right.
The Europeans used us as livestock, but they valued our lives in that they wanted us to breed us. Okay, so we were able to survive. But the opposite happened with the Islamic, because I think after the uprising you spoke about, the practice has been to castrate, to kill the males for the Islamic slaves, kill the African males, adult males, and castrate the boys. And the statistics show that it's about 90% of the boys would die from infection and the journey across the Sahara. And what they consider castration is not just the testicles, but they also cut off the penis, so a lot of them will bleed to death.
Yeah.
So the problem is that the reason they did that is because of the uprising, and also they could not breed, they could not they'd be more docile, and they would catch a much higher price as a eunuch. So they would be able to sell a eunuch slave for like 5 to 6 times the price of an uncastrated male. So they did not mind the sacrifice of 90% of the young boys dying.
Well,
And even the females, what they did as they do with the camels, they insert in the camel, to make this camel sterile, they insert a stone into the uterus. I think they did the same with the African females to prevent them from being fertile, and just have them as sex slaves,
but
as well as
in the beginning,
circumcision.
in the beginning, they did not mind them to breed so they can have more slaves. But when they become big in number, they start doing this because they want to control the population. So they treat them the same as, like, I want to have one male for the cows I have. I don't want to have many males. Like one is enough. And then when we have enough, we don't want any more, so we kill them all, or no more babies. The history of slavery in the Middle East is horrible. But the irony is, when they speak, the hypocrite Muslims, when they go speak to African man, they say to him, do you know what the white man did to you? But they will not say what the Arab man did to you, because the one who captured the slave and sold the slave is the Arab white Muslim. It's not the European. Until now, in Mauritania, if you check right now in Mauritania, you will see the number of slavery is scary. Until now, Mauritania. And the funny, Joe Biden, he meet with their president, and he thank him for all the advanced things in Mauritania. Advanced slavery.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So we know how the world today, the world of hypocrisy. But I'm so glad that you said you are from the Caribbean. I hope you are spreading knowledge between your friends, your family, making people aware of how trashy Islam, because this is what they do. They go to African and they say to them, okay, let us see what the white man did to you. But they cannot, and they will notice that Muslims, because they are hypocrite, they will not say that to a white man. Why didn't say, hey, white man, do you know what you did to the black? No, they say the sentence only to an African person, to use a bad spot in his history to make him reject Christianity. But what does it have to do with Christ? How many black slave Muhammad he owned, and how many black slave Jesus owned? Then we can find which one we should follow. The one who owned slaves, tortured slaves, killed slaves, or the one who never owned, he don't own anything. I mean, Jesus never have a house. So we as a Christian, the best example for us is not a person, his name is a Christian prince. Is a person, his name is Jesus the Christ. So if a person, he is a Christian wearing a cross, does not make him Christian by the cross, it make him a Christian by following Jesus. So if he is a Christian by name, that means he is not following Jesus. So the question is, where Jesus says go and get the black slaves and enslave them, where Jesus said go and treat, like Muslim, they can go and find verses about slavery in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, a Hebrew man, he offered himself as a slave for certain time. So slavery for them have a different even meaning. As an example,
7 years or something like that.
right, you borrow money from somebody, you cannot pay him back. So what you will do, you say, okay, me or my family, I will be your slave for maximum of seven years. After that, you have to let him go. The other slave is war, like the Jewish themselves, they've been enslaved, the whole nation being enslaved. So those people, they enslave us, we go at war with them, and we will do to them what they did to us. It was not for the purpose of slavery. The Jews, they were not attacking their neighbors just to enslave. The Jews, they were attacking neighbors who they attacked them and enslaved them. The whole nation enslaved twice. And in history, we know that the Assyrian, they enslaved the Jews. The Assyrian, they were white. And the Egyptian, who they are African, they enslaved the Israeli. So African, they enslave slaves too. Correct?
Yes, correct.
So, like in the Roman, they have slaves who they are white, and they have slaves who they are black, and they have slaves who they are Indian. They have a slave from every nation.
In Christ, there's no slave, no free.
Exactly.
Everyone is free.
Free and slave.
We're all children of God.
Well, when the Bible mentions free, there's no difference between free and slave. Mention that we are equal, even though in the society our situation is not the same. But in the eyes of Christ, all is equal. So the Bible was teaching Christians that you should treat the one who is a slave as a child of God, even though you have no control of it, because this is how the country is. This is how the Roman are. So maybe we cannot free them, but we should not do what they do. People, there's a huge difference between I encourage sin and practice sin and acknowledge it to be good, and by having someone saying to me that sin is rejected, sin is not allowed, as Jesus said to the women, go and sin no more. Muhammad, he encouraged sin. He encouraged insulting people, encouraged abusing people, encouraged even abusing women. Even women who they are free, they are abusing Islam. So what about slave? Imagine, if a woman, she is a free woman, we can beat her. So what the Muslim, they do to a black slave woman? Right?
Islam really teaches them to break every single one of the 10 commandments.
And the humanity. Islam is inhumane. Islam is inhumane. And this is why we challenge the Muslim to come and join us. But look at them, coward. They don't dare because they knew.
They say that because they have nothing to stand on, no foot to stand on.
But if I am, if I am a person who is ignorant, who know nothing about Islam, you will see the Muslim lined up here to show me the Prophet says that all of you are equal in front of Allah, black and white, etc. This is fake hadith. Same time, let us say if it's true. If it's true, why Muhammad did not free his slaves? So that means Muhammad was hypocrite. Because if I say something and I do something else, that means I am a hypocrite man. Muhammad he said to them, don't, the Quran says, stay away from women when they have their period. For period is a hurt. What Muhammad he do? Muhammad he fondle his wives when they have their period. So Muhammad he have a history of saying something and doing the opposite. He cannot be the person who can teach me ethic.
No, he has no ethic whatsoever. To me, he's the most evil man out there. And all these gangs, it seems like the mafia has taken his his pattern. The drug lords is all from the Islamic.
Which group of white people kidnapping African these days? It is
Nobody.
Muslims only.
Yeah.
Muslims in
Muslims, yeah.
Nigeria, Muslims in Kenya, Muslims in Senegal, Muslims in etc. So West Africa, Muslims wherever they go, they are the one who in Philippines. Like which country, which location is not secure and not safe? Thailand is safe. You go to South Thailand, you are not. Philippines is safe. You go to South Philippines, you are not. Indonesia is safe as long as you don't live in a Muslim area. So wherever you go and there is Muslim majority, the country is messed up. And even if they are minority, they will mess up the country too. It's a fact.
In the Caribbean, we're having a big challenge because they have been the main station being broadcast these days is Al Jazeera, which is a serious poison.
Yeah,
and then Saudi Arabia is coming to the countries to give them loans. I keep telling them that they must be careful because
and always loan have to come with some return, like what you would do for
exactly.
us. Yeah, the money. Yeah, Jazeera, Qatar, money, yeah. The Quran mentioned about buying heart, right? You know that?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Yeah, the Quran, like, the ones who killed the grandsons of Muhammad, they killed him because Muhammad, he bought them. Not as slaves, he bought their heart. So the story of Abu Sufyan, the caliphate who killed the family of Ali, Muhammad, he bought them by money. So the Quran says you spend your money on those who they are al-mu'allafa qulubahum, which mean their heart, they don't like Islam, but they like money. So what do? You give them money, let them convert to Islam. Chapter 9, verse number 60. All right? So here it says that the charities, by the way, is a theft. Because this is now the Muslim, they go and they attack their neighbors, they steal money, and now they are dividing the money. So now part of it will go to the poor Muslims who they are going to war too. And this is how it works. وَالْمُؤَلَّفَ قُلُوبَهُم. And those who their heart is reclined. Reclining for what? They don't want Islam.
So they buy them off.
Yeah. So, and here, by the way, Muhammad, he forbid them from freeing slaves. Here they say to you, and for freeing slaves. That's not true. This is for freeing people who they are captured by the enemy. So like they say, we are going at war, and then you capture some of my men. So I offer you money to free them. This is not about freeing slaves. But here, about buying the heart of those who don't want to believe Islam. And you can read the interpretation about it. And you will find that the most powerful family in the history of Islam, they never believe in Islam. They converted because Muhammad gave them gold and silver. And later, because they don't believe in Islam, they hijack. Yeah, they are gang. Yeah. Abu Sufyan, Bani Umayyah, those are gang. They are criminals. They don't believe in Islam, but they found Islam as an opportunity. Muhammad offered them money, position, and later they took over the whole religion and they became the most powerful caliphate in the history of Islam. In fact, most of Muslim countries who converted to Islam by sword converted through this family who Muhammad bought their heart by money. Yeah.
Mafia type of gang.
Yeah, and you can go and read the history behind this verse here about the ones who their heart is reclined to Islam. They don't want Islam. This is why you see the verses in the Quran says that a group of the Arabs, they say, all the Arab, we believe. Muhammad, he made a verse claiming Allah told him to tell them, you believe not and faith never enter your heart, but you should say, we are Muslims. Okay, how they are not believing and heart and believe and faith never enter their heart, but they should call themselves Muslims. You see?
It's just an opportunity. That's why I call him for profit. Everything is just for profit.
Exactly. You just say I'm a prophet. Doesn't matter you believe or not. So it says it clearly. The desert Arab, they say, we have belief. Say you believe not, but say we surrender to Islam. Not, by the way, it doesn't say submitted. This is false translation. The word here, Islamna, Islam means surrender. Islam does not mean anything except surrender. The translation here is very false. So if you go to different translation, you will see right away the word submission became surrender. You see, surrender. This is the correct translation. Surrender. Islam is, the word Islam means surrender. The word salam is peace. Salam is the opposite of Islam. Like, you know, like in English, you say known and unknown, you know? So this is, yeah, this is why, this is they are different. They are different words. They are the opposite. So Aslamna, it means we surrender. Peace means salam. Salam coming from the word shalom.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's not the same word. They lie. They say it means submission. That's false. Even some Christians, because they are ignorant, they keep saying Islam means submission. We correct them. We say to them, don't say that. Like David Wood, apostate prophet. We keep saying, don't say that. And they keep saying Islam means submission. As if that's it. Because they don't want to agree that they are wrong. So they decide to repeat the same mistake. But Islam, when you say submission, when you say Islam means submission, actually you are promoting Islam, because submission is something you do willingly.
Yes, yes, yes. Surrender is
exactly. So surrender here is a war. How we can prove that this is about war? Yeah, the verse before it. The other chapter says that if you don't convert, we will kill you.
Oh.
Yeah. Chapter 4, chapter 48, verse number 16. Say to the desert Arab who lagged behind, which means they did not convert to Islam, you will be called against people of great might, and you will fight them unless you surrender. You see, again, the line translation. See? Unless you surrender. So this verse clearly prove that the Arab, they converted to Islam because of the terror, not because Islam is a good religion. They did not submit, they surrender. Here we go. Chapter 48, verse number 16. So you will not join Islam? No problem. You will be called for fight against who? The Muslims. They are people of mighty warfare, and you shall fight them, or they shall surrender. Then, if you obey Allah, you surrender, you obey Allah, okay, no problem, you're fine. Just surrender. Don't say you are surrender. Do you believe or not? Who care?
It's crazy.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much. I will.
But thank you very much. You're really doing fantastic work. Keep up the good work. May God bless you.
Yeah, and I would like to support people in your country. So if you like me to do a special occasion for them, I will be happy to do so. All right.
Okay, I will see what I can organize. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. Bye bye. You know, if you want to see discrimination, you will find that black in the Middle East and in Islamic country are the most discriminated. You can go right now, search discriminating black in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Libya, in Egypt. I mean, this is where black are horribly treated. Horribly treated in Muslim countries. Muslims themselves, they cannot even find a human right until they go to the kuffar land. There's no freedom of speech. There's no freedom of opinion. There's no freedom of vote. There's no freedom of having a government as you wish. No freedom of anything. And then they say that they are the one who have the best ethic. Well, if you have the best ethic, you will not run from a country, have the best ethic. You will stay in it. You run from there because it have a horrible ethic. Again, as the Lord said, from their fruits you shall know them. God is good, so is Jesus. I mean to that.